Hi Rishabh,
Uh,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Great. Can you put on the camera, please?
Yeah. 1 second. I'm going to leave and join back so my camera
Sure,
connects.
no problem. Can you hear me? Can you see me,
Yeah,
Rishabh?
can you? Yeah.
So cameras, yeah.
Yeah.
So, hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm always great. Okay. So this is your first class with me, right? SAT
Yeah.
Maths, I can say more precisely, right? Now, before I start with the class, you know what? I'll tell you how we are going to proceed with the class. I'll discuss the structure of SAT Maths with you, like what all topics, what is the importance of the topics that would be coming in your exam, right? Then I'll
Yeah.
discuss with you now, like how the SAT maths, how works, how, what kind of concept, what they are testing upon you. So that's what we'll discuss. Then after,
Okay.
you know what, I'll discuss 2 to 3 intuitive questions, like how you have to approach the question, right? Smartly. Then we'll start with a very lighter topic for the day, exponents, and then graphing in X, you can say XY plane or whatever. Will that work?
Yeah. Of course.
Sure. Can you see the whiteboard now?
Yeah.
Now, first of all, any idea about SAT maths you have?
SAT is, yeah, I've taken the PSAT before.
Okay, you have taken the PAs. Okay, that's wonderful. Now, you know what, if I talk of SAT maths, it's actually divided into 4 units. The first unit is known as the heart of algebra,
Yeah.
right? I'm so sorry if you're not able to understand my handwriting. Please do stop me. I'll try to put
No,
something.
it's okay. I get it. Yeah.
So in heart of algebra, you can have linear equations, right? You have straight lines, we have inequalities. You must have done it, right? Easier ones. So it comprises of 16 questions most of the time. That's a
Yeah.
first unit. Second unit, you can say it's a problem solving and data analysis. Problem solving and data analysis. Now, in this part, you can say you have arithmetic, APGP series, statistics. You can say we have stats research. I hope you are aware of what is stats research,
Yeah.
what is difference between correlation and causation, whatever. We'll discuss it. Now, from this part, you have around 19 questions that will pick up. And you have to use your calculator if you're giving, I hope you're giving a pen and paper recipe, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you must, like, you have to know how to use the GDC calculator, graphic calculator, effectively. That will be really helpful for example. The
Okay.
third one, I can say it's a passport to advanced. Advanced. Now, again, over here, the topics will be quadratic equations, graph of a quadratic equations, parabolas, you can say. You can have higher degree polynomials. You
Mm.
must have done in your high school or something. Then we have
Yeah.
complex numbers. Now, the depth of the topic is not that too much. It's a very basic level. We don't need to get right? So again,
Mhm.
over here, we can expect around 17 questions. The last, you know what, if I say the fourth unit, it's a miscellaneous topics. Miscellaneous means what? They're not that much in-depth coverage, and maybe one or two questions might be asked in the exam. That includes your trigger. It's a very basic to do. You need to use like understand what is sine constant. That's it. Nothing more. We have a concepts
Okay.
on geometry, very basics. Like what is similarity, how you have to do it, what is like how to
Mm.
find the area of
Yeah.
triangle, whatever. Okay? So this is all about the structure of mass. This is how they have, right? design. Any kind of a doubt or a concern?
No, I got it. Yeah.
Got it. Great. Now, if I talk of pen and paper SAT, actually it's divided into two sections. It's divided into two sections. I can say one section is known as using with calculator and no calculator. I hope you are aware of it. Now, in calculator section, you have 20 questions. You have to do in 25 minutes. In
Yeah.
no calculator section, you have 38 questions. You have to do in 55 minutes. In this one, you can expect around, I think so, 15 MCQs and 5 graded questions. I hope you know what are graded questions,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So the grid is available and you have to put your answer. Now, in this one, you have 30 MCQs and we can say 8 graded questions. That's the structure of your SAT. Any kind of a
Yeah. No.
So, shall we proceed?
Yeah.
Great. So let's start with a very basic concept. So let's start with some of the exponent rules. I'll just discuss some of the intuitive concepts so that you can have an idea like what SAT is actually targeting.
Okay.
Great. Basic ones. If I say a raised to power n into a raised to power n, that will be a raised to power n plus n. That's the first very basic rule. When the bases are same, we need to add the powers. You agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the second one is what if we have a same basis and we are dividing it, we need to subtract the powers. You agree?
Mhm. Yeah.
The third one is what if we have this one, we need to multiply the powers.
Mhm.
So these are the three basic laws. Most of the time this is used, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Great. Now, you know what? The quality and the depth of the concept, they might be going. Let's suppose if I say anything raised to power 0 is 1. Is it true or false?
That's true.
Okay, how? Can you explain? That is a whole idea about SAT. Yes, I'm so sorry. You're saying this is true. Your answer.
Yeah. Well, any like positive number
Mhm.
will power to 0 is 1.
Wonderful. Let's discuss. Can we discuss?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I say 2 raised to power 0, what's an answer?
1.
1. May I know why 2 raised to power 0 is 1? Everyone knows that anything raised to power 0 is 1, but why 2 raised to power 0 is 1? How this is coming up?
Uh,
That's okay. You just need to try. Don't take me as your teacher or faculty. Just
uh-huh.
as a maths buddy, right? No problems. Even if you don't know, even if you're doing random guesses, no problem at all.
I just knew the rule. I never actually thought
Yeah.
about it.
So can you understand the depth of the concepts they will be testing upon you? Can you understand? They will definitely, you know what, twist you on these kind of concepts.
Mm.
It's very basic. It's really very basic, right? Even if I talk of function, it's very, really, really basic, but they'll actually twist you upon. They won't be testing you upon math formulas most of the time because most of the formulas that will be given in your question paper when you start the question, most of the formulas they have written it already. That is not a problem. They'll be testing you upon how well logically and how very well you can apply the concepts and how very well I can say you can understand. That is the whole idea of the SAT exam, right?
Mm.
Now,
Okay.
let's discuss how this is coming. What is 2 by 2? 2 divided by 2, what is an answer?
1.
1. Now, can I take this power as 1? Can I take this power as 1?
Yeah.
Now, can I apply this law over here? I can, right? The bases are same. You can subtract the power. 1 minus 1 is 1. So 2 raised to power 0 is 1. You agree now?
Yeah.
Why 2 raised to power 0 is 1? Oh, make sense?
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's a very basic thing, but everyone knows the thing, but like 2 raised to power 0 is 1, but how?
Yeah.
Right? It happens. It happens. Now, let's come to this. Anything raised to power 0 is 1. Listen it very carefully. If I divide 1 by 0, what is an answer? Can I do it? Is it possible?
No, it's undefined. No.
It's not defined, right? You cannot do it, right? You agree or not? Now,
Yeah.
if I say 0 by 0, what is an answer?
No
It's
solution.
again not defined,
Yeah.
right? Now, if I come to anything, anything can be 0 also. So what about 0 by 0? 0 raised to power 0. Can you make sense what I'm trying to say?
No.
No?
Because if you put it in the fraction, if you put 0 to the power of 1 over 0 to the power of 1, it would still not have anything, no solution.
Wonderful. So this means what? You cannot apply this law over it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So still I can say that anything raised to power 0 is 1. Can I say?
No, not 0. So no, not anything.
Yes or no? So anything, this means what? This should not be equals to 0 first of all. You agree or no? Because 0
Yes.
by 0 raised to power 0 is not defined.
Yes.
Are you able to understand what exactly I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Great. Or shall I do it? So if for your clarity, I can say 0 by 1, 0 by 1. If we try to apply this law, so that will be, which is not defined, isn't it? Can you understand?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Got it? So that's why, this kind of concept, what, the level, the depth. I'm saying only about the depth of the concepts, right? Not the level, not the higher level of concept. It's a depth of the concept they will be tested. Make sense now?
Yes.
So shall I proceed?
Yes.
Great. You don't need to worry. I'll share the boards with you after the class, or you want to take a snapshot? You can. Not a problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's discuss one more intuitive question. What is minus 2 square?
4.
Okay, 4. Now what about this then?
That is 4 also.
So no difference. This means what? Bracket makes no difference. Parenthesis makes no difference. Is that possible?
No.
There has to be something, right? We generally, what I have seen a lot of students, or I have seen a lot of email, they say minus 3 square is equals to 9, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? So we
Yeah.
do generally, but this is not true. This is not true. I tell you the reason. So when I say minus 2 square, this is actually minus 1 into 2 square.
Yeah.
Can you understand what I'm trying to say? When I say
Yeah.
minus 2 whole square, this is what? Minus 2 into minus 2. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So this will be what? Minus 4, and this will be 4. Can you understand now? The
Yeah.
depth of the concepts they will be testing. Even it's exponents, it's very easy, isn't it? Exponents are very basics, right?
Yeah.
So they can twist you upon any point of a concept. So you have to be very, very, very clear with the concepts.
Okay.
Are we able to follow?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Any kind of a doubt?
Yes. No, I got it.
Sure. So shall we
Yeah.
proceed further?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a couple of questions. Try to answer. It's very easy. Trust me, it's just you need to read the question properly, apply your logics before doing a please, you know what, in your SAT, avoid calculations most of the time. I'm not saying you don't have to do the calculations, but most of the time, if you can avoid the calculations, please do avoid,
Okay.
right? First, read the question properly, try to analyze it, and then come to the solution. Can we do?
Okay. Yeah.
Great. Now, let's suppose if I say x square y cube is equals to 10, and if I say x cube y square is equals to 8, what is the value of x is to power 5, y is to power 5? And Rishabh, if at any point of a time you're not able to understand, please be very open. Not a problem. We can go 10 times, but you have to understand concepts, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
A is 18, B is 20, C is 40, and D is 8. So what is an answer?
Um. So 2 or 3.
Take your time, no problems.
It would be D, right?
Yes. The answer is correct. Really wonderful. But may I know the like how you approach this question? How you solve this?
So when we were discussing rules, when you have to multiply it, you have to add the exponent. So I can multiply
Yes.
10 and 8 together, and
One. Wonderful. So basically, you have to do this, right?
yeah.
Isn't it? That's what you're saying. So these are the
Mhm.
same bases. The powers will be added. So we have the same basis over here. So that will be 2 plus 3 again, right? Am I right?
Mhm.
So this will come out to be x raised to power 5, y raised to power 5. This is 10 to 8 plus 6. So these type of questions will be right. I'm just giving you the like the type of questions on exponents that can be asked in your exam, right? Great.
Yeah.
So shall I proceed to the next question then?
Yeah.
Great. The next question is what if 2 raised to power x plus 3 minus 2 raised to power x is equals to k into 2 raised to power x. What is the value of k?
So zx plus 3 minus 3. The letter right after the equals is a K.
Yeah, this is k. This is k.
Okay.
I'll read it for you. So this is 2 raised to power x plus 3, right? Minus 2
Yeah.
raised to power x is equals to k into 2 raised to power x.
Uh-huh.
So what is the answer? You must have done these kind of question in your school, so, isn't it? Where you have to compare the powers and find the value of x or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's okay. Take your time, no problem. Any point of a time you need a hint or a help, you can ask. Not a problem.
I think it's C.
C. You think it's C or you are sure? Because that will make a lot of difference in your recipe.
No, I think I'm not sure.
You're not sure. So how, like, why you are, like, how you are guessing?
So
If you're saying, I think,
I
mhm.
plugged in a random number for X and just followed it all the way through.
Yeah, that is an approach.
Yeah.
But why, so can you tell me why you were confused? Like, why were you
Uh,
were not sure?
because I got confused in the exponents. That's why I just went for an alternate approach.
So, okay, you are generally confused in exponents. That's why. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I just got confused in this question. Yeah.
Okay. In this question or generally confused in exponents?
I guess generally.
Generally. So what I can infer that why you are generally getting confused in exponents because there are too many variables or too many powers attached, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Is that so? Now,
yeah.
I uh, just correct me if I'm wrong, right? So you are getting confused in this question because too many variables are attached, right? K, X,
Hmm.
or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Now, you know what? There are different approaches. You have done a correct approach. You have followed the right approach. But I'll discuss with you what numbers you have to plug in. Now, uh, whenever too many variables, exponents, or something is given, try to put back a random number and get an answer. That is the fastest approach in this. Can you understand? Because you know what? You can do it. You can rearrange it. You can write like this way also. You can say 2
Yeah.
raised to power x, k into 2 raised to power x. Then you can rearrange it just like this way. That would be k into 2 raised to power x. This and this will cancel out. So we have 2 raised to power 3 minus 1, k. That is 8 minus 1, which is k. Then k is equals to 7. Make sense?
Yeah.
Generally, I can say the school way or something you can do by this. But you know what? when you're handling these type of question in your SAT, you need to put a random variable, a random number. We generally take a random number as 0 because 0 is very easy to handle because 2 raised to power 0 is 1. Can you understand? 3 raised to power 0 is 1. So that makes
Yeah.
sense. But you need to be very careful if something is coming up like this way, 3 by x. If something is being divided by x, you cannot take this as 0. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to be very careful. We'll discuss a lot of strategies, lot of ways to handle.
Okay.
Now, let's suppose say if I put x is equals to 0 over here, what will happen? 2 raised to power 0 plus 3 minus 2 raised to power 0, which is what? K into 2 raised to power 0. So that will be 2 raised to power 3 minus 1 k into 8 minus 1 is equals to k, and the value of k is 7. Can you see? It's
Yeah.
a very direct approach. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So please, you know what? The questions will come in a complex manner. It's our job to make them simple. That's it. Why? Because we are
Okay.
just targeting our correct answer, isn't it? In a city exam. We don't
Yeah.
have to pressurize ourselves to do a lot of calculations. We need to avoid. Make sense?
Yes.
Great. So shall we proceed further?
Yeah.
Great. Now let's start something upon graphic in XY plane. Any idea about it? Have you done it before?
I have, yeah.
Okay. When you have to plot a linear equation on a graph, you must have done it.
Yeah.
Have you done it before?
Yeah.
No problems. No problems.
Mm.
If you
No,
no problems.
some problems.
No problem. Okay, you have a problem, right? In this.
Yeah.
No problem. So I'm here with you. Don't need to worry. You have to be very open. I'm telling you, Rishabh. You have to be very open. Sir, I don't know this. Beep now. Okay, sir, I don't know. That is okay. That's what we are here, right? Now,
Yeah.
let's come to the point. We'll start with the very basics. You know distance formula? What is a distance formula?
It's square root of x
Yes.
plus x1
x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y. Can you remember
whole
that formula?
square. Yeah.
Right. But any idea how that formula is coming up? Let's
No.
suppose if I want, okay, that is a problem, right? So you have just memorized it. Okay, no problem. So if I say PQ, the distance between the 2 points, PQ is what? X2 minus X1 whole square plus Y2 minus Y1 whole square.
y1 whole square. Yeah.
You must have done this one. When you have to find a distance between the 2 points, you need to use a distance.
Yeah.
Great. Now, as per your SAT is concerned, again, I'm telling you, Rishabh, it's not all about the formulas. They might be giving you this formula. That is not a problem at all. Trust me.
Okay.
They'll be testing you upon the logics behind. You need to understand it in a very simple way. Right? Now, let's try to derive it, like how we are getting this. Very easy concept actually. Can I complete this triangle, the right angle triangle? I can, right? Let's say this is right angle triangle. Can I mark this point as an arc? I hope I can, right?
Okay.
Now,
yeah.
Somehow, can I get the points of R? Can I get the coordinates of point of R?
Of point R?
Yeah. From P and Q,
Uh,
is it possible to get the coordinates of point R?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
You can do it once you find distance formula of
Okay.
PR and PQ, and then you can either like
Okay.
scale it and find the point, or you do a square plus b square equals c square.
First thing, again, I'm telling you, please keep it very simple.
Okay.
Very simple, right? Okay, let's try to this. Let's suppose, I'll discuss in a very simple. Let's suppose this point is 2 and let's suppose this is a point. Let's say this is, I can say, let's suppose say x and y. And this is a line which is parallel to x-axis. Parallel to x-axis. Can you understand? Let's say this is y-axis, this is x-axis. Yes or no? Can you understand?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. Now, this point is P, this point is, let's say this point is P, whatever you can take. Not a problem. What is changing over here? If you see it very clearly, this is x, this is x. Yes or no?
Yeah,
You know how
they
to
have the
plot the
same
points
y
on a
coordinate.
quadrant, isn't it?
Yeah,
You remember, right? So
yeah,
this is what. So what is not changing over here in these
the y
points?
coordinate.
Y coordinate is same. You agree or not?
Yes,
Yes or no? Now, if
yeah,
you come back to this point, this is a point P and this is a point R, and this line is parallel to x-axis. So what is
yes,
not changing over here?
y coordinate.
Y coordinate. So if the y coordinate is y1, so this will be what then?
Y1 and
So what
yeah,
about x now?
x2.
Can you see now how we can get the coordinates of the point R?
Yeah, yeah,
It's very simple. It's very
yeah,
simple, isn't
yeah,
it? It's totally
yeah.
very simple. Now, if I want to find out the length of PR, what is it? What is the length of PR?
PR.
Yeah, simple.
So simple.
Forgot about distance
Oh,
formula.
x2 minus x1.
Simple. See,
Yeah.
this is x2 minus x1. What about QR then?
QR, y2 minus y1.
Y2 minus y1. We got the lengths of PR and QR. You
Yeah,
agree now? Great.
yeah,
Now, wonderful. So, you know what is the Pythagoras theorem?
yeah,
It's very simple theorem. May I know
yeah.
what is the Pythagoras
A,
theorem?
a square plus b square equals c square.
Or we can say more precisely, hypotenuse square, the largest square is what? Height, we can say the base square and plus the, we can say the height square. You know this format? What I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Great, wonderful. I'll write it once again. The hypotenuse square is equals to what? The base square plus the height square. Right? Now, can we apply
yeah.
the Pythagoras theorem over here? Can we?
Yes, we can.
Okay. How we can get the hypotenuse? Which side is an hypotenuse, man?
The longest side.
So longer side is which side over here? PQ,
PQ.
PR, PQ. Wonderful. So I need to write PQ square. Come on, Rishabh, you have to be confident. Right? You
Yeah.
know everything, but you have to.
Hmm.
Right? Now,
Yeah.
that can be written. What is the base over here?
QR squared.
QR square, no problems. What is the height over here?
PR squared.
Wonderful. PR square. Got it? Now, what
Yeah.
is PQ square? We need to find. We need to find out PQ, isn't it? I don't know what is PQ.
Yeah.
Right. So I can write PQ square is equals to what? What is QR square? What is QR?
QR is y2 minus y1.
Y2 minus y square. You agree? Plus,
Yes.
what is PR?
PR is x2 minus x1 squared.
Yes. So we got this.
Yes.
Yes or no? Great.
Yeah.
Then after, I can write this as what? This is a square, and I can take this square root on the other side. So that will be equals to what? Y2 minus y1 square plus x2 minus x1 square.
X2. Oh, okay.
So this is how you get the distance form.
Okay.
Easy, isn't it? It's very easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any kind of a doubt in distance?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can we proceed further? Any kind of a doubt, you can ask me right now. You can stop me, no problems at all. Sure.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Got it? Great. Now
Yeah.
let's move forward. Let's discuss one example. 2x plus 3y is equals to 6. Can you tell me what kind of equations? What type? Whether it's a linear equation, quadratic equation, whatever it is.
Quadratic.
It's quadratic. Okay, why it is quadratic?
I don't know.
That's okay. You don't. No problems. No problem. Do you know the meaning of what is a degree? Degree of an equation?
Degree means like how much like exponents they add up to.
Yes, it's the highest power of any variable.
Yeah.
It's a highest power. It's the highest power of any variable. Any variable means what? If we have one variable, two variable, three variable, we need to consider the highest power of any variable possible. Now, let's discuss it. Let's discuss this question. We have 2x plus 3y is equals to 6. Now, may I know what are all the variables in this equation?
Which one? Say that again.
What all the variables are in this equation? Like, how many variables are there?
Oh, x and y.
X and y. So we have x and now what is the power of x?
1.
1. What is the power of y?
1.
So what is the highest power? What is the highest power available for any variable?
1.
1. So if we have degree as 1, so degree will be what then? 1?
Yeah.
Yes or no? That's what we discussed. The degree of an equation is highest power of any variable, right? So degree is 1. Now, if the degree is 1, that is a linear equation, right? We'll discuss it further. If the degree is 2, then that's a quadratic equation. We'll discuss it going down and when it is. Can you understand what type of an equation it is? It's a linear equation by the degree of highest, like degree of any variable, whatever the variables are, that is degree is 1. Simple. Degree is 1. That's why it's a linear equation. Highest power of any variable is. Make sense?
Yeah.
Great. Now, very intuitive question, and very simple, what things we are going to discuss. So that you can get started with your SAT. Now, do you have any idea about x-intercept and y-intercept?
Not fully, but I know it's y-intercept is where it gets graphed on the y-axis, and x is where it gets graphed on the x-axis.
Wonderful. But for your SAT, you need to remember only 2 points for intercepts. Please make a note of it. Whenever in your question, they are asking, find out the y-intercept, you need to directly put x is equals to 0. Simple. Okay. Forget about the graphs and everything. Do not get lost or do not get confused, right? Whenever they are asking for the x-intercept, simply put y is equals to 0. We'll discuss it. A lot of questions in a very different manner can be asked on y-intercept. It's not restricted to lines. It can be asked in parabola. It can be asked in your word problems also. A lot of questions can be. So again, I'm saying it's very important. Whenever they are asking you what is a y-intercept, simply put x is equals to 0. If they are asking what is an x-intercept, simply put y is equals to 0. You don't have to think twice. But can we do?
Yes.
Yes or no? Great. Now, let's see how this x-intercept and y-intercept. Now, we have this equation. Can we plot this equation in the graph paper? Is it possible? Can we do?
Yeah.
Any idea how we can plot this?
So you move 2x to the other side, so it becomes 3y equals to negative 2x plus 6. So then after that you divide both sides by 3 and it becomes y equals to negative 2 over 3x plus 6. So it starts at 6 as the y-intercept. So negative 2 over 3 means negative 2 rise over 3 run.
That you're talking about slope, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, as per your SAT exam is concerned, I'm telling you, you don't have to draw any graphs because GDC calculator will be available for you. You can directly put an equation, you can get the graph there. We'll discuss it, not a problem. But somehow we need to understand the concept because that is very much new. Now, trust me, whenever you're drawing an equation on a graph paper, whenever you're analyzing an equation, you don't have to go in a such a complex manner. First, you are going to find a slope, then you're going to draw the equation. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yeah. At your school level, whatever you can do, but as per your SAT exam is concerned, please avoid. Is that okay?
Okay.
Now, that was the purpose I discussed with you. What is an x-intercept and y-intercept? Immediately try to find out the x-intercept and y-intercept. That is the best way to draw a graph. Trust me. Now I'll tell you. If I want to find the x-intercept, what will be the thing? I need to put y is equals to 0. If I put y is equals to 0, what is an answer? 2x plus 0 is equals to 6.
3. Yeah.
X is equals to. So this means what? My first point will be what? 3, 0. You agree on that?
Okay. Yeah.
Isn't it? Now, second is what? Put y is equals to 0. What is an answer? If I put y is
One.
equals to 0,
So y equals to 2.
no, we need to put x is equals to 0. We need to put x is equal, we have,
Yeah, so
we have
3y equals to 6.
yes. So 3y is equals to 6, y is equals to
2.
this is the point. This is 0, 2, and this is 3,
Yeah,
right? Now,
yeah,
to draw an equation, to draw a line, you need 2 points. You agree?
yeah,
Isn't it? Let's suppose you have 2 points, you can draw the line. Connect these points, right?
yeah,
Isn't it? So I can connect these
yeah.
points and I can get the equation. Simple. That's it. Don't need to find the
Uh,
slope or something. Forget about it. Isn't it?
uh-huh.
Make sense?
Yeah,
Right? So that's why I discussed with you what is an x-intercept and what is an y-intercept.
yeah,
Simple. You need to keep the things very simple. Do not get carried over there by the language or by something. You need to keep very simple. Things has to be very simple. Right?
yeah.
Any kind of a doubt or a concern.
No.
Let's discuss one. Let's discuss. If any point of a time you feel, sir, you are going fast or something, you can slow down. Not a problem.
Okay, yeah,
Let's suppose this question, by the way, has been asked in university exam. Very simple. Let's say this is given 25, this is given 30, this is given 35, and this is given 40. Let's say this is given 1000, this is given 1050, this is given 1100, and this is given 1150. Now the question is what they are asking, what is y-intercept? What is y-intercept?
y-intercept.
Just give it. This is an equation. Means what? They haven't written the equation, but they have given a graph. This is an equation.
Okay.
So how do we find y-intercept?
So
Simple.
y-intercept is just 1100, right?
Okay. So your answer, right? Your answer is y-intercept is 1100. That's what they say, right? But why 1100?
Because it crosses the y-axis on 1100.
Okay, let's come back to this. How do we find y-intercept?
Set x to 0.
X. Set x is equals to 0. Now, if this has to be y-intercept, can we check
Oh
the
yeah,
x?
it's on 25. Yeah,
Can you see? This is not
yeah,
this is x is not equals to 0 where? Now, if this
yeah,
x is not equals to 0, this is not y-axis.
yeah, that's
This is
fine.
not
Yeah,
y-axis. So these kind of questions will be asked. Can you understand? That's why I discussed with you.
yeah,
Want
yeah,
to find
yeah.
y-intercept, x is equals to 0. Want to find x-intercept, put y is equals to 0. So you cannot, this is not a
So in this
y-intercept.
situation, how would I set x equal to 0?
There will be option that not solution not possible, not defined. There are
Okay.
options in your SAT. Have you given any SAT practice test?
Yeah,
Have you given it? Any SAT practice
yeah,
test? Given
yeah,
it.
yeah,
So there are some
yeah,
questions there, some question that comes with not possible, no solution, not defined, isn't it? There
yeah,
are options.
yeah,
So not
yeah,
you cannot. Make sense now? You cannot,
yeah,
right? Because this is given to you. So please avoid these steps. Can we?
yeah.
So what you can infer, what kind of questions they are asking? Are they at very high level questions or they are
No,
very
no,
basic
no.
questions?
These are easy. They're just
Easy questions.
easy
They
to
will,
mess up. Yeah,
yeah, it's very easy question. But what they're actually testing upon, your understanding of the question, your understanding of the concept, how well you can apply the logics. Yes or no?
yeah,
Make sense now?
yeah,
Please do not get carried away by a lot of formulas. You need to avoid formulas. You need to understand the concept very well. You need to understand the question properly. Try to understand, you know what, even if you're using a let's say calculator based section, right? 20 questions out of 25 minutes. And you have a GDC calculator.
yeah,
Can you understand? GDC means what? You plug in the equation, you can get the answer. Even
yeah,
if you plug in the simultaneous equation, you can get the values of x and y. Make sense? So means
yeah,
what? They are testing you something else. You need to be very careful, right? Great. Do not think that this is a calculation. Please avoid it, right? Now, Let's discuss the slope intercept. Slope intercept. Let's discuss the slope intercept. Now, any idea about, let's say, what is the slope intercept form of an equation? You just said
Y
it, right?
equals mx plus b. Yeah.
Yeah, y is equals to mx plus b or mx plus c. Wonderful. You must have done it, right? What is the meaning of what is m over here?
M is the slope.
Wonderful. What is c?
C is the y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Now, it makes sense over here because if you put x is equals to 0, isn't it?
Yeah.
So y will be equals to c. That's why c is known as a y-intercept. Makes sense? It will work
Yeah.
everywhere. Can you see now?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Great.
Mhm.
This is known as y-intercept, or sometimes when you're doing a word problems, I'll discuss it later. This is also known as initial value. Please do remember. This is also known as initial value. So how do we find y-intercept? We need to put x equals to. Again, I'm insisting, right? In whole of my SAT preparation, if we are going to do it, I'll be always insisting you, how do we find y-intercept? Put x equals to. Because that is really very important. I hope you have seen the importance, like why we need to do this, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what is a slope? What is the meaning of a slope? You just said it
Slope
right
is
in front of you.
rise over run. Yeah.
Wonderful. It is a rise over rise over, or we can say it's also known as steepness, because
Yeah.
these are the keywords. Sometimes they are asked. Now, can you think of any real life example? What is a slope? Like any real life example?
Like any ramp for
Yes.
wheelchairs.
Okay. Sorry.
A ramp for wheelchairs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Agree. So, can you elaborate it more?
It's something that goes up or something that goes down.
Up and down. That can also be like up and down, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all.
Well,
But yes, tell me. Come on, please.
like somewhat increasing and somewhat decreasing.
Wonderful. Something is increasing in height or something is decreasing in height. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll discuss with you. Just guide me, right? Just
Mhm.
follow it. Let's suppose we have done this, isn't it? Triangle. I'll use this triangle once again.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say this point is P. You remember? Use for the distance formula. You remember? So let's say this point is R. You remember?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Right. Now,
Yeah.
just forget about the code. So if I have to, this will be x2 and this will be y1. Now, what is PR? How do we find PR?
PR is y2 minus y1.
PR. I'm asking for PR. Over here, y is same. Then this will be x2 minus
Oh,
x1.
sorry. Okay.
No problems.
X2 minus x1.
No problems. Over here, x is same, so this will be y2 minus. You agree?
Yeah.
Now, if we think of a slope is what? A rise. Now, in which thing we are rising? So, if we think of, we are rising at this direction, isn't it? We are rising from
Yeah.
point R to Q. Yes or no?
Yes.
Isn't it? So, this means what?
Yeah.
If I write the slope, slope is what? Rise upon run. So, what is a rise over here? That is what? QR. And what is a
Yeah.
run over here? What is a run? Because,
PR. Yeah.
yes. If this is a start point and this is an ending. So, what is a run over here?
Run is PR.
PR. So, what is QR? QR is y2 minus y1 and PR is what? X2 minus x. This
X2
is how we
minus
find the
x1.
slope.
Slope formula. Yeah.
Isn't it? You must have done it. Y2 minus y1 upon
Yeah.
x2 minus x1.
Yeah.
Right? So this is actually
Yeah.
a meaning of a slope. You can take an example. I generally take an example of aeroplane. When the aeroplane is taking off, right? So it actually runs, we can say, just let's say the aeroplane has started taking off, right? It will run some distance on x-axis and it simultaneously it will also gain some height on y-axis. Make sense? Can you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Right? So that is actually slope. Slope is actually a steepness. how much how much there is a rise corresponding to the run. And please make a note of it. Run is always on the positive axis direction. Positive x-axis direction. Can you understand? It's always on the right hand side.
Yeah.
It cannot happen that plane goes like this. Is it possible?
Yeah. No.
Isn't it's not possible, right? So we always move on to the positive x-axis direction of x-axis. Can you understand now? The slope?
Yes.
What is the slope? Any kind of a doubt?
No.
So shall I proceed?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, Rishabh. You have to come up with your doubts. Not a problem.
No, I got it.
I told you, I'm like your maths buddy. Not a problem. Not a teacher, not a
Yeah.
faculty. That is okay, but you need to
Yeah.
ask a lot of questions, right? Okay. Great. Let's try to. Now, this is really very important. Again, a lot of questions will be asked on this. That is what the interpretation is. That is what the interpretation is. Okay. Very, very important. Let's discuss one example. Let's suppose say y is given 2x plus 3. Can you tell me what is the slope over here?
What is the slope here?
Yes.
Slope is 2.
Yes. So you can compare this equation with the standard equation.
Yeah.
The slope is 2. And what is the y-intercept?
It's 3.
How do we find the y-intercept?
X equals 0.
Wonderful. So we need to put x is equals to 0. We can find the y-intercept. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Great. Now, if I say the slope is equals to 2, what's the meaning of this statement?
Meaning rise is 2 and run is 1.
Okay. Rise upon run. This means what? This is 2 and 1. So this means what? If x.
Well, it means like rise is twice as many as run would be.
Wonderful. Wonderful job. I really appreciate it. That's great.
Yeah.
Can I say in a very simple manner that if x increases by 1 unit, y will increase by 2 units?
Yeah.
Make sense? Yes or no? If I increase
Yeah.
my x by 1 unit, y has to increase by 2 units. That's the meaning of a slope.
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay. Now let's discuss one more. Then you will have much better clarity. So if I say a y is equals to minus 4x plus 8, what is the slope over here?
Minus 4.
Wonderful. The slope is
minus 4.
What is the y-intercept?
8.
8. How do we find the y-intercept?
X equals 0.
Wonderful. Please, please, please. That should become your second habit, right? Now, what's the meaning of this statement? Think properly.
Meaning that now every time x goes up by 1 unit, y will go negative 4 units.
Wonderful. Really, really commendable job. Wonderful. So more precisely, in a language term, I can say that if x increases by 1 unit, then y has to decrease by 4 units. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? So when we think in terms of real life example, we cannot say negative decrease or something. Negative is in math stuff, right? Can you understand what I'm saying? So when I say in an interpretation of a slope, you need to come to the real life scenario. If x increases by 1 unit, y has to decrease by 4 units. Can you understand? But your answer was
correct. Yeah, I got it.
Got it now? Any kind of a doubt?
Yeah. No.
So shall we proceed further?
Yeah.
Great. Now, in your exam, sometimes they'll ask you questions like this. Really, I have seen many times, and they are really very simple questions. They'll say, let's suppose the equation is given like this. So let me draw it this way. Now, let's say this line is L, this line is L. Which line has the largest slope?
Which line has a what slope?
Largest slope. You need to compare the slope. Simple.
Larger slope would.
Slopes of
as
line.
in like. Okay, so it would probably be L because L slope is positive and M slope is negative.
Wonderful answer. That is an answer. Students generally say, sir, no values are given, something, but how we can improve. But may I know how you got the answer? Why L is positive and why M is negative?
Because run is larger than its rise, and L's run is smaller than its rise.
Are you sure? Think, think,
No,
think
no.
properly.
L has M has run is negative,
Sorry,
and
which run is negative? Which line run is negative? I
M
know.
M
Yes, wonderful.
and L's r rise is positive.
Rise is positive. Okay, great. Let's understand. Now we know it. You can directly say that, sir, L is slope is larger than M because L has positive slope and M has negative slope. That's what you're saying. But the
Yes.
problem comes over here. We are getting confused with proper explanation, proper reasoning. Yes or no? We are getting confused.
Yeah.
Now, in such scenarios, you know what? There is a way to handle the question. What you need to do is try to draw the two parallels like this one. Just draw it parallel, just for your reference. You know what? Once we are done with, can you mark these 2 points?
Okay.
Isn't it? Now let's come to the line L. Let's come to the line, right? Now, what is, I
Yeah.
told you, if you remember, run is always going to be positive. You remember? I told you.
Yeah.
Yes or no? We discussed it over. It is always going to be
Yes.
a positive axis. It is always going to be positive. I told you now. Remember?
Yeah.
So this means what? Run is always positive. So this means if slope is positive, slope is negative, that has to be y. Yes or no? That has to be y.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
it? Right. So let's discuss it. Slope is rise upon run, and that is what? Y2
Yeah.
minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Now let's come to this. Let's say this is x1 y. Let's say this is x2 y2. Now what is happening over here? We don't need to bother about x. We don't need to bother about y. We are just only concerned about rise. Yes or no?
Okay.
Isn't it? I told you, run is always positive. Now, what is happening over here? This is y1, this is y2. Can you tell me y is positive or negative over here? For the line L?
For line L, Y is positive.
Why? Because you know what? This is positive y-axis. So y2 minus y1, y2 has to be greater than y1. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So this means what? If this is positive, positive upon positive is always positive.
Yes.
Isn't it? So that's why the slope of line L is positive. Can you understand?
Yes.
Are you able to understand, Rishabh, what exactly I'm trying to do? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Great. If any point of a time you're not able to follow, let me know.
Mm.
Great. Now let's come to the point M. Let's say this is x1, y1, and let's say this is x2 point. Same process, right? Now, if I try to draw, this is y1, this is y2. In this case, what is happening over here?
So Y2 is smaller than Y1, so it's going to be negative over positive.
Yeah, so that's why the slope is what?
Yeah.
The slope is
negative.
Can you understand now how we have
Yes.
to analyze the lines if no values are given?
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you. Sometimes we generally get confused. Okay, think. You know what? There should be no keyword in your mind. Think. You have to be very sure in your essay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? So anytime you're getting confused,
Yeah.
draw the two parallel lines, try to analyze the situation, get your answer, and just move forward. That's it.
Yeah.
Can we do?
Yeah.
Great. Now, let's discuss one more. Let's suppose if we have a line parallel to x-axis, what is a slope? Must have seen. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right. Now, what is a slope? Let's say this line is N. What is the slope of line?
1.
1. Okay. How? Again, I'll always like ask how, why. That is my problem.
Because the rise is the same as the run, so it'll be the same. Wait.
I told you, if you're getting confused, draw the two parallel lines, get your answer done.
No, slope is 0. Slope is 0.
Yes. Wonderful. So slope is 0. Let's try to see how that works. Can we draw the two parallel lines over here?
Yeah.
Slope is what? Rise upon run.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Now over here, what
Yeah.
is happening? Y2 and Y1, they are
The
same.
rise is 0.
Yeah. So Y2 and Y1, they are equal. Yes or no? Run is
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
positive. Run is
Yeah.
always positive. So what is the rise over here? Y2 minus Y1?
Rise is 0.
0. So 0 point something is always 0.
Yeah.
The slope is what then? 0. Simple. We don't need to do anything else. Can you see these parallel lines work?
Yeah. Yeah.
It works, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any kind of a doubt till now?
No.
Great. Now, very intuitive question once again. Try to answer it. Let's see how. Let's suppose we have like this. What is the slope of this line? You have done everything in your school. Must have done, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the slope of this line? Let's say this line is A. What is the slope
Okay.
of line A?
So run is 0.
If there is no run, can we have a slope?
No, because it'll be undefined.
So if I don't have any run, I'm not moving. Can I have a slope? If
No.
aeroplane is not moving, there is no run. Can we have a slope?
No.
So slope of A is then what?
Undefined.
Not definite. Can you see how that works?
Yes.
Isn't it? Yes or no? Even if you want to follow,
Yeah.
you can go like this way. Let's say this is x1, y1. Let's say this is x2, y2. Whatever it is, right? So over here, what is happening?
Yeah.
Does x1 and x2, they are equal. Yes or no? So what is the
Yeah.
slope? Rise upon run. So run is 0 over here. So rise upon 0 is not different. Can you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's not different.
Okay.
This is the level of preparation you need for ASL. Make sense now?
Yeah.
Shall I proceed further? Can I discuss one or two real life scenarios how the slope can be used?
Yeah.
Then I'll take up your. Are you okay? Like not tired?
No, okay.
Great. You need any break or something like?
No, I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now let's discuss. Okay. Let's suppose I went to the bank. I'm so sorry for my handwriting, and I deposited $1,000 or rupees, whatever you can say. And the bank is giving $10 per day, right? For X days.
Yeah.
Right. So we need to find out what amount will we get after X days. Can you tell me?
Bank deposited is going $10 a day. So you're depositing 1,000.
Yes. And
And
the bank is
the
giving me
bank is
$10 per day.
per day for X days. What do we get? So it would be 1,000 divided by 10, right?
Positive by 10. Are you sure? How?
What amount? So 1,000 divided by 10 will give us the days.
Okay. No problem. Whenever you're handling the word problems, try to do one thing. I'll discuss the reasoning behind it, then I'll discuss with you the direct way to handle it.
Okay.
Now, let's suppose whenever days are given, months are given, years are given, come to the number. Let's say this is a start, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and it goes up to this X things. Right. Now, this is a starting. This is starting. This is starting, or we can say initial value. Now, initially we have $1,000. You agree?
Yeah.
Right. Now, initially we have 1,000. Let's suppose if I write 1,000. Now, after 1 day, I'll get $10 more. Yes or no? Per day.
Yeah.
If I say bank is giving me $10 per day, means what? In 1 day, I'll have what? over here. That will be what? 1000 plus 10.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Now in 2 days
Yeah.
time, I'll have what then? 1000 plus 2 into 10. In 3 days time, I'll have what then? 1000 plus 3 into 10. Yes or no? That's what the question is
Yeah.
saying. $10 a day. In this one, we have what? 1000 plus 4 into 10. So this means what if I move forward, I can say the amount after X days will be what? 1000 plus 10X.
1000 plus X times 10.
Yes. Can you understand? So this means what I
Yeah.
can write amount is equals to 1000 plus 10X.
Uh-huh.
That is an answer. See?
Yeah.
Well, in front of me, you solve the question, isn't it? You said so
Yeah.
1000 plus 10. Yes or no? So we just
Yeah.
need to start the question properly. We need to analyze the information, try to have a pictorial view of the question, and then solve. Can you understand? We'll discuss a
Yeah.
lot of techniques to handle the question. Now, can you relate this to any kind of an equation we have done? What kind of an equation it is?
Um, well, it's increasing slowly every day, so that would be slope or something.
Yeah, yeah. So can we relate that with this one? Y is equals to mx plus c, isn't it? Let's say this is mx and this is c.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Now, if you remember,
Yeah.
I told you what is a y-intercept. How do we find y-intercept?
X equals 0.
So if I put x is equals to 0 over here, what is an answer?
1000 would be y-intercept.
Yes, so that will be y-intercept. And I told you that
Yeah.
y-intercept is also known as initial value. You remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes or no? I told you that sometimes it's also known as initial value.
Yes.
So initially I went to the bank and deposited how many dollars?
1000.
1000. So initial amount I had what? $1000. So makes sense now?
Yeah.
What is a y-intercept?
Yeah.
Why it is known as initial value? How we have to apply the slope concept in a real life scenario?
Yeah.
Can you understand now? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. Now, how do we analyze the slope over here? If the slope is 10, how do we analyze the slope? The way we did. If slope is 2, if x increases by 1 unit, y increases by 2 units.
Slope here is 10,
Yes. So what's the meaning of a slope?
meaning it increases $10 every time it increases a day.
Yes. So this means what if I can say that if x increases by 1 day,
Then y equals to 10.
yes, y will increase by $10 or my interest will increase by $10. That's what the slope is saying.
Yeah.
Any kind of a doubt question.
No.
Can you understand now how we need to apply these kind of situation to real life scenarios to get an answer?
Yes.
Yes or no? Anything you want to ask? I'm happy to.
No, I got it.
Great. So I think so. This is the end of your today's class. Now, apart from this, anything you want to discuss with me, like anything about your exam, whatever the things, and anything.
No, I think I'm fine. I talked yesterday about the exam.
Okay. So you are going to give pen and paper, right?
Yeah, for the first try, I'm going to take pen and paper.
Okay. Then second try digital essay.
Second time, I'm yet to decide yet whether it's digital or
Okay.
pen and paper.
But I would rather say, if you want, not a problem, stick to pen and paper because pen and paper is a very straightforward exam. Digital SAT is an adaptive exam. Do you have an idea
Okay.
about what is it, adaptive exam?
Yeah, it's like based off your previous answers, they'll give you a question. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? That's again in percentile based exam. Like you have to come to
Yeah.
this percentile, and then you can get a perfect score in your SAT, right? So it
Yeah.
becomes sometimes challenging. Can you
Yeah.
understand? Because someone comes in your pool of students that answer complete all the answers correct. So
Yeah.
so your percentile will be very high. So
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
rather want you to stick like to pen and paper. That would be best for you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want me to discuss or?
No, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
See you.
See you.